what I'm going to do, and my allergies are getting the best of me, I am going to, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I have a couple of projects to do today. I am going to take you over to a client's home, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing in her space. Basically, I'm doing her dining room, just kind of like refreshing it. And I have a couple of DIY projects that I'm going to tackle, and I will talk about that once we get in the space. So I just want you to see it, and we'll go from there. Okay, here's a look at the dining room. It is connected to the living room as well as the kitchen. It's kind of an open concept. My client is trying to save on costs, so we're going to do minor updates, such as, buying a chandelier as well as a rug. I'm also planning to do an accent wall on that short wall in the back, add some floating shelves and some decorative elements on there, as well as I'm going to remove the table cover and add some holiday, decor on top of the table. I am going to leave the window treatment as is per my client's request. Also, I'm going to rearrange the furniture. I'm going to move this table from this location and put it on the opposite side. And what I'm going to do is replace it with this IKEA Kallax storage unit. So I'm going to make this into a furniture piece today and show you some of the process. By updating this piece, she's going to save a lot of money. The light fixture was the first item that was updated, and here's what it looks like now. I think it looks so pretty. So if you are trying to refresh your home and you still have that builder grade light fixture, change it out. It will make a difference. Now check it out with the light on. The next thing that I would like to tackle is the IKEA Kallax storage unit. And so this is a mock-up of what I created for this design. I want to put 2 doors, one on opposite sides, and then put 4 inserts, wine inserts in the middle, so that she can store her wine bottles. This is a design that's simplistic, it is inexpensive, and will definitely make an impact in the space. A lot of people are using this for just storage, where you can put in like the inserts like here. You could also just style it with accessories, or you can make it into a furniture piece, which is what I'm going to do today. So we're going to paint it, and then I'm going to add legs to it today, as well as I am going to work on the door, and you'll see that in another video. Before you get started, you want to make sure you clean your surface, and I recommend using a TSP cleaner. If you don't have TSP and you don't have access to it, try to use a really good cleaner that would get rid of any stuff that may be on there for a long period of time, or clean it a couple of times. Whatever you got to do, just make sure it's clean. So I'm going to be using Beyond Paint chalk paint, and I used this before for a coffee table flip that I did before. This is so great because you don't have to sand, you don't have to strip it, you do not have to prime it. You just paint on the surface, and yeah, I love this paint. However, it's a little bit expensive, but a little bit goes a long way, so you're able to use it for multiple projects, and in return, I think it will work out and you will feel like you're getting a good bang for the buck. So here are the feet that I'm going to be using for the project. These are from IKEA. So I actually went ahead and spray painted this off camera. I will put the color in the description box below if you want to know the color. It is not silver. The next step in the process is to line your tray with saran wrap. It's the sticky kind. This will help you to keep the same tray over and over again when you are painting. It will save you money. When you're pouring the paint into the tray, you will notice that the paint is thick, and it's supposed to be like that. Don't think something is wrong with it. After you pour the paint into the tray, you want to dip it into the paint and then roll some of it out to get rid of the excess paint. Then you want to take your roller and just, roll right on top of the furniture. It does not have to be in a specific direction. If it is wood, yes, you do need to go with the grain. However, this is, you know, this is not wood. So it does not matter what direction you're painting it in. You will not see any streaks once you're finished, and everything will level out. My strategy here is to paint the top. This is not really the top, this is the bottom. I'm just painting this side so that I can go ahead and put the legs on, then flip it, and then be able to paint the entire piece. So, you know, I don't know if anybody else does this, but this is my strategy. So I'm just going to paint the top and on the sides a little bit. Because if you notice when you're painting, especially like a furniture piece, it's kind of hard to get to the bottom if you have it, you know, kind of like right side up. Once this coat dried, I added a second coat on top. Once the paint dried, I added my legs. So first thing I did was put the legs on top, use my pen and trace the circles on the inside. And then I drilled 3 pilot holes. And then I used my Phillips screwdriver to tighten the screws. Now it's time to flip it over. If you have someone that's able to help you, ask them to help you flip it over. If you do not have anyone, and I'm in this case sometimes where I don't have anyone to help me, just take your time and do it. You can do it by yourself. I would just start in the middle as opposed to on one end. After we flipped it over, I was able to paint the rest of the piece, and this is what it looks like when it's drying, so it's not completely dry. And this is what it looks like once it's almost completely dry. There are some sections that are still wet, and there's no streaks, no unevenness. I love how it looks, and I believe the color is soft gray. Okay guys, I'm almost done for the day, but I want to give you a sneak peek on the doors that I'm creating, and I'm going to add a little bit more of a design to the inside of it. So I'm cutting that, and I will share that in the next video.